Hello everyone, welcome back to A Patient Gamer Plays Mass Effect Trilogy, Legendary Edition. This is Jarek Defiler, your host, and we have finished with Divinity Original Sin 2. Our summoner has saved Rivellon, or cursed it, depending on how you see things. And we are moving on to the Mass Effect Trilogy, my third favorite game of all time, or games rather, but I consider the Mass Effect Trilogy just like one game, so usually I'll just call it Mass Effect. But yeah. I have never played the Legendary Edition. I have played multiple playthroughs of the original. And so there's going to be a new experience for me and hopefully for you guys as well. We can all take this journey together. But before you get started, be sure to like, share, subscribe. I'm trying to grow the channel a little bit. So if you could spread me around, that'd be great. Give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, do so already and hit that notification bell, so my videos can pop up on your feed every once in a while. As you can see, well, actually, we have an achievements screen too. Taking a look at the options menu here. I'm not really big on achievements. Not my cup of tea. And the credits here, we got that rock music that's blaring in my ears. Ugh. That's loud. Gonna have to change that. But if you guys recall, Mass Effect originally came out on Xbox way back in, what was it, 2007? And I think the PC version came out in 2008. And if I recall, PlayStation was 2012, I think. And that's when I started playing it on PlayStation. And I just got hooked instantly. I was always a BioWare fan, but Mass Effect really captured me. So this is still, I would say, considered a PC port, which means the graphics menu and the options is very scant compared to most PC games. But we still have a couple things here. And again, this is, probably still based on the old 2007 model. I don't think they updated it for the Legendary Edition from the looks of it. I can't remember. I haven't played the original series for like a year and a half or so. It's been a while. Maybe 2 years. But let's change some things here. We don't need motion blur. Hell no. Film grain. Hell no. Anti-aliasing, yes. We'll keep the rest of that. VSync, sure. You can choose your monitors. Standard full screen borderless windowed. Always go full screen if you're a gamer, PC gamer. We got our 2K resolution here. So nothing too fancy. Nothing horrible, but nothing too fancy. Could be a lot better. Calibration for HDR and all that, which we're not doing. Sound. I think I'll just turn this down just a little bit. Maybe let's bring it down to 70. Hopefully that'll help. Sound effects and dialogue we'll see once we actually get into the game. Controls. Now, here's one thing that I'm kind of undecided on. I have always played Mass Effect, even when I'm playing on PC, which I did for my last few playthroughs. I've always played with a controller. PlayStation, at this point, PlayStation 4 controller. So I have a controller hooked up to my PC right now. As you can see, I can just switch between the two. Yep, that's my nope, not Southpaw. So I can switch between the two, and I might do that in game just to see which one I like more. What is this? Camera relative steering. Turn on to have the Mako steering controls be relative to the current camera direction. Yeah, I kind of like that, I think. So I don't know if I'm going to stick with mouse and keyboard or stick with controller. Right now, I'm just going to do mouse and keyboard because I am recording and I'm sitting closer to the desk, so it just kind of makes it easier. And key bindings, as you expect, pretty hefty here. We got a lot of options. You can change everything, which is good. Every PC game should have that. Gameplay. Stick with normal combat difficulty. Might go easier if things get too hard because commentary and combat at the same time can be tricky, but I mean, I'm sure we'll be fine. Okay, level scaling. What is this? In classic mode, the original 1 through 60 level range will be used instead of the new 1 through 30 level range. XP and talent points progression remains the same, but the number of levels is doubled. Okay, well, I'm not entirely sure how the classic progression was, if it was pretty decent or not. I'm assuming talent points of progression remain the same, but the number of levels is doubled. So I don't, what's the point then? Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just to make it so it's not as excessive. Maybe if you get the same, or maybe you level up faster? Or slower. Wouldn't that be slower? I'm not sure, but I'm going to do Legendary mode just because I haven't played Legendary Edition yet, so we're just going to do anything that they do new. We'll just do that. For squad usage powers, put all. Put subtitles on. I'm going to keep tutorials on because I never played with the mouse and the keyboard, so we're going to stick with that just so I can, have more guidance when it comes to using the keyboard. Okay, so that's the options menu. Nothing too great. But we're going to get started here. It's exciting. And that was Vigil at the main menu by Jack Wall, like I said. Awesome music.
Information requested. Establishing secure connection.
Oh.
Secure connection confirmed.
Awesome music. If you guys haven't checked out my previous video that I put out, well, at this point of this video coming out, it might be a couple weeks already, but another soundtrack video. And in it, I do the Mass Effect soundtrack and discuss it and show some clips from it and stuff. And this is Jack Wall and Sam Hulick did the Mass Effect 1 soundtrack. So Vigil, the main menu theme that you heard, that, which is awesome. One of my favorite tracks was done by Jack Wall, who does a lot of BioWare stuff. He did Jade Empire, which is another great soundtrack. So here we go. We're going to do John Shepard, Jane Shepard, or we're going to enter a new idea, which we always do. I always like to customize my own characters because it's fun. Female Shepard is awesome. I do love female Shepard playthrough. That's probably one of my favorite playthroughs was Renegade Female Shepard. It's just a lot of fun. But I think we're going to go with male Shepard this time because I believe I did female Shepard last time. So go ahead and do a custom male.
To access your profile.
Naturally, we're going to be the Jarek. The Defiler. We'll just put Jarek, though. I don't remember if this is upgraded graphics as def or if this was the same as the original. I think it's the same.
Reconstruct profile. Confirm pre-service history.
All right, here we go. From what I heard and read on Reddit, when I was asking around in the gaming suggestions subreddit, a lot of people were saying that basically Mass Effect 1 of the Legendary Edition is the huge upgrade. They really upgraded the graphics. They did a lot of fixed a lot of glitches and stuff with the Mako. They cleaned up stuff, did some quality of life changes. So apparently out of the trilogy, Mass Effect 1 has the most improvements. And also from what they were saying, Mass Effect 2 and 3 are mostly just graphic overhauls. So they upgrade it to be used with modern hardware, which I'm fine with. I got the Legendary Edition when it was on sale, so it's not like it was super expensive or anything. And I don't mind paying for a couple bucks for a reskin, updated graphics and everything. But if they actually change some stuff mechanically for the better, then that's even great. That's even greater. So here we go. Pre-service history. Spacer, let's see. Come on, there we go. Both of your parents were in the Alliance military. Your childhood was spent on ships and stations as they transferred from posting to posting, never staying in one location for more than a few years. Following in your parents' footsteps, you enlisted at the age of 18. Okay, colonists, you were born and raised on Mindor, however you say that. A small border colony in the Attican Traverse. When you were 16, slavers raided Mindor, slaughtering your family and friends. You were saved by a passing Alliance patrol, and you enlisted with the military a few years later. I might go with that one. Earthborn, you were an orphan raised on the streets of the great megatropolises covering Earth. Megatropolises. That's how you say it. Okay. You escaped the life of petty crime and underworld gangs, by enlisting with the Alliance military when you turned 18. So Spacer's not as much of a struggle. I want some struggle in my character. So colonists or Earthborn? I'm thinking colonists. It's the most tragic. Earthborn is good for a renegade build, I think. But this playthrough, I think we're going to go Paragon/neutral. Because Paragon is my favorite playthrough. It's just everybody, I like getting along with characters and building relationships in games and stuff like that. So I usually tend to go the diplomatic routes. If you watch my Divinity playthrough, I went the persuasive route. So I was doing a lot of persuasion instead of just, brute force and stuff. I like story, and usually with the more persuasive model, there is more story, more narrative, more interactions with characters. So I'm thinking we'll go colonists.
Confirm psychological profile.
Soul Survivor. During your service, a mission you were on went horribly wrong. Trapped in an extreme survival situation, you had to overcome physical torments and psychological stresses that would have broken most people. You survived while all those around you fell, and now you alone are left to tell the tale. Okay. War hero. Early in your military career, you found yourself facing an overwhelming enemy force. You risk your own life to save your fellow soldiers and defeat the enemy despite the impossible odds. Your bravery and heroism have earned you medals and recognition from the Alliance fleet. Okay. I don't think I usually go war hero, to be honest. I think I mostly do soul survivor, and when I'm doing renegade, I do go ruthless. Throughout your military career, you have held fast to one basic rule: get the job done. Get her done. You've been called cold, calculating, and brutal. Your reputation for ruthless efficiency makes your fellow soldiers wary of you, but when failure is not an option, the military always goes first to you first. Okay, I don't want to do ruthless. Soul survivor or war hero? I think I'll go war hero because I generally mostly always go soul survivor. I just like the soul survivor theme. It's just cool, surviving this harrowing event. War hero, yeah, it fits mostly with Paragon, so why not?
Military specialist.
All right, here's the real meat and potatoes of the game. So soldiers are combat specialists ready for the front lines of a firefight. Soldiers have improved health, can specialize in the use of all weapon types, start with the ability to wear medium armor, and can train in the use of heavy armor. So that's your basic just shoot 'em up kind of guy. Tanky shoot 'em up guy. I think I've played a soldier like once. It's just not my style. Usually with my gaming crew, my little brother is usually the soldier. He's the one that's the tank. He's the guy that's kind of likes to get in the fray and just mess stuff up. I usually play a healer or assassin, like high mobility, high crit kind of builds, kind of characters. So soldiers, not really my thing. Engineers are tech specialists. Using the holographic Omni tool, they can decrypt security systems, repair or modify technical equipment, disrupt enemy weapons or shields, and heal their squad. Engineers can only wear light armor, and they specialize in pistols. Not really a big fan of engineer either. Don't hate it. Not a big fan. I mean, none of these I really hate. But, yeah, I mean, engineers has some fun stuff in it. Like, the hacking and stuff is kind of cool. Being able to to do things to, like, robots and stuff like that is cool. But let's keep looking here. Adept. Adepts are biotic specialists. Through upgradable implants, they can use biotic powers to lift or throw objects, shield the squad, and disable or destroy enemies. Adepts can only wear light armor, and they specialize in pistols. This is my favorite character that I usually play. I usually play biotic specialists. I love the biotics in the game. I probably am leaning towards you going adept. Last time I went soldier with female shepherd, I think. So I might go adept here, or a mix. Infiltrator. Infiltrators combine combat and tech abilities to specialize in killing or disabling enemies at long range. Infiltrators are trained to use Omni tools, focusing on decryption and offensive abilities rather than healing. They can specialize in pistols or sniper rifles and wear medium armor. So that's a cool combination of engineer and soldier. Not something I'm specifically interested in, but the options is there. Sentinels combine biotic and tech abilities. Typically, they use biotic abilities and advanced healing skills to defend allies, though they can also disrupt opponents with biotic or tech attacks. They are more efficient at tech and biotics than other classes, but at the expense of combat. Sentinels can only wear light armor and receive no specialized weapon training. I think I might go this route. Just do like a mage kind of build. Yeah, that sounds good. Like I did like the infiltrator with a sniper rifle. That was kind of fun. But I don't think I've when was the last time I played a sentinel? I don't even remember. Yeah, this might be the best route for this playthrough. All right, Vanguard. Vanguards are biotic warriors. They combine biotics and weapons to take down opponents, and they're especially deadly at short range. They specialize in pistols and shotguns and wear medium armor. Not what I want to do. Again, I'm not really like big on the actual like weapons aspect of the game. I mean, the weapons are fine, don't get me wrong, but I very much like the biotics and like stuff like that. So I think we're gonna go Sentinel. Get a nice mix of biotics and tech, and I don't know what weapons we'll be using, but we'll see. Probably something like far away, maybe. I think we're gonna be like range rather than like close-up shotguns and stuff, but who knows? We'll see. Go with the
Confirm
Sentinel.
facial identification.
Oh, here we go. This is gonna be fun. No, I don't want the standard shepherd. We're gonna change the appearance. Facial structures. That one looks weird. Let's cycle through the presets. The control of this is kind of funky. Look, can you just look straight for me, dude? Please? Please? Alright, here we go. Can see a little bit of what I'm getting here. What do we want to do? Hey, that's actually kind of a good looking guy right there. It's like dark skin with the scars on it. Kind of looks like my Uncle Bobby. A little bit. May he rest in peace. Yeah. Funky eyes. Yeah, you go with this guy. Why not? This is one of the few games where creating your facial, like customizing your face, is actually like relevant, because you can do that in Skyrim and Oblivion and stuff. You spend all this time customizing your character's face, and then you never see it because he's just wearing a helmet, and you're always in third person or first person, so it's just like pointless. But in Mass Effect, you are always seeing your face if you have the option to have your helmet off during cutscenes. You always see your face, so it's like actually kind of cool to see what you created. Why are you looking up? Look this way. Okay, that's fine. Stay there. Face size. I like that scar on his lip, but I think I want to change that up a little bit. Give him a little bit thinner cheeks. Let's give him a thinner face. Cheekbones a little bit higher. Yeah. Cheek gaunt. Ooh. Can't see because he keeps moving his friggin' face. Moving his head. I don't want him to look like he has a skeleton cheeks. Ear size. Give him some big ears. They look normal to me. Whatever. Alright, eyes orientation. Oh, ears orientation. My bad. I guess let's keep this like that. That should be fine. There we go. Alright. Let's go mess with the eyes. If you would just keep looking straight. Okay, look up. That's fine. Eye shape. That looks a little... Looks like a buddy I worked with at Office Max in Reno many moons ago. His name was Chris. He had kind of eyes like that. Don't want him squinting. Nah, let's give him some like normal eyes. Or that's like nice eyes. Little slanted, little Asian eyes. Yeah, do that. Eye height. I kind of like them lower, actually. Eye width. Stop moving your head. Thank you. Be still. I command thee. Right there's good. Eye depth. Okay, now I want you to move your head. Eye depth. There you go. Look to the side. Let's just keep that in the middle, because I don't really quite get it that much. Alright, this looks like he's getting all pissed off. Now he's like, ooh, ooh. Let's just do a little bit lower. Give him like a little bit of stoicism there. Brow height. Oh, that's actually affected it even more. Actually looks fine like that. Maybe a little bit up. Right there. There we go. Alright, eye color. I like to give him like creepy purple eyes. Kind of like the Valerians. I thought they had like a darker purple. Maybe it was a mod that I was using back in the day. Probably. I did have a lot of mods on my last couple playthroughs. So, we'll go with even that one. That's like a creepy silver gray. That's pretty nice, though. Yeah, here we go. It's like a light violet. I would like it darker, but that's fine. Jaw. Chin width. Let's see. Chin actually looks pretty good. Normal average chin. Not bad. fine. I don't know. He still looks a little too normal. Chin width. Let's make it a little bit thinner. Jaw width. How about up there? Is that a little bit higher? Give him a little thinner kind of facial structure. Maybe not that thin. A little bit there. There we go. Mouth. Mouth shape. Let's start over here. Boop, 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 boop. These are all kind of. That one looks too depressed. Too big. That's not bad. That's Bruce Willis lips. That was just normal. Too normal. That was not bad either. Just looks like he's sad. That one looks like he's kind of smiling. But I think I like the one on the end right here. It's just, yeah. A little bit fuller. Kind of a standard, just stoic look. Mouth depth. Can't see it from this angle. Ooh. I think this might be another good option to just have in the middle-ish. Can't really see. And let's keep it wide. Yeah. Lip size. I think that should be good. Just normal. Nothing too fancy. Maybe a little bit on the lower side. There we go. Mouth height. What are you doing, man? Alright, what are you doing there? Actually, that doesn't look that bad. A little bit on the lower side. What do you guys think? I think that's alright. Nose. Let's go with the nose shape. That one looks fine. It's a little bigger than I like. I'm a big fan of big noses on my characters. Unless I'm just playing around. But this is Commander Shepard. We can't play around with Commander Shepard. He has to look like a beauty. Not that there's anything wrong with big noses. But let's... That one's fine. Just like normal standard nose. Little pointy. Just cool. Let's see. The height. Whee! Keep it down. And we'll just keep it low. Nose depth. Stop turning. I think we'll just keep it mid. Roughly mid. Maybe a little bit in. Looking kind of funky right there under his nose. Maybe a little bit higher than mid. Yeah, just mid. Okay, hair. What do we want to do for hair? Not a fan of those kind of... I don't know what you'd call those haircut styles. Like Vice City hairstyles. Cornrows, no thanks. 80s like cut, no thanks. Was this like some kind of weird army cut? I don't know. Mohawk, no. Don't know what that is. Widow's Peak. This one might be fine. Just standard short hair. Or tempting, but no. Alright, we got Lloyd Christmas haircut here. Don't think we want that. Bald, no. This is the Vice City haircut I'm talking about. Wait, Is there two different bald ones? Oh, that's just like a little bit of hair on it. What about this one? A little disheveled, shorter hair. I don't know. It looks kind of funky. Maybe we go with... This is what I usually go with. Because it's just kind of like how I have my hair. But, I'll go with this. Like a little bit of like a miniature fro. It's not bad. Beard. Quite honestly, I think I'm liking just keeping the goatee. But let's go look through everything first. We're already at 25 minutes. Don't want to keep these videos too long. Trying to keep videos under an hour, between 45 minutes and an hour for the Let's Plays. I like the long form videos. I don't care for these like 10-minute Let's Play videos. So I do like long form, but when it gets over an hour, it's just I think a bit too much for people and for myself, just when it comes to rendering and editing and stuff. So I think we'll try to stick under an hour as usual. So hopefully we can actually get into the game if I don't take all the time customizing him. Ew. Light beard, maybe? I don't know. I think I'm just liking the goatee. That's kind of Commander Shepard, just like standard Commander Shepard kind of. Oh dear, that's horrifying. Can't have that. A little bit bushy there, thicker. What are we thinking here? Those look kind of like upset. I guess that's just the brow shape. I like this one actually. That one or the first one? They're both pretty decent. Actually, this one's nice. Kind of standard. You know, full but not too thick. Yeah, we'll stick with that one. All right, hair color. What do we want to make them? What do we got here? We got all kind of hair colors. Pink, purplish. Don't think we want to go that route. Dark red. Maybe a dark red. Gray. Black. Blondish gray. Or is this supposed to be blonde? I'm thinking I like the dark red. Let's go with the dark red. Facial hair color. Ew, 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 ew. Let's not do that. It just doesn't work. Red hair with dark facial hair. I don't know about that either. I think we might have to go a lighter. I mean, or we could just do red too. Maybe like a dark red. This is like a purple. That's kind of funky. I don't know what that is. It's not quite black. Maybe like a dark, dark purple. Well, what about this one? Dark brown. Slash reddish. It's like, I think, is that the same color as his hair? I think it might be the same color as his hair. Which is fine. Or we could do gray. What about like a darker blonde? Okay, so this was the one that horrified me. So if we were to go to like a little bit like darker. What do you guys think of that? I think of something darker. It's not bad. That's kind of a red, right? But it's not too dark, not too light. Yeah, stick with that one. Okay. Most fun part, scars. Gotta give him a scar. He's a war hero. One that is cool looking, but not off-putting. And the lip one is cool, but I like usually to have the scars on the cheek or over the eye. So what else do we got here? That one's cool, but it's a little bit much, I think. If it was smaller, that would be cool. I mean, that one's kind of cool. No scars. Now we gotta have a scar. Should I just go with that one? Just a really gnarly face scar. Should I go with the one over the eye? Or this one? Which was the original, right? That one's kind of cool, over the nose. This one's cool. It's subtle, but it's there. It's not bad. If this one was longer, it would be perfect. Like if it was like going down just here. But no. Unfortunately, no. Well, what should I go with? This one or the one over the eye? I think we're going to go with the one over the eye. Give him some character. Okay, so that's going to be our Commander Shepard, the Irish monstrosity. Let's finalize that bad boy.
Construction complete.
All right, I think that should do it. Jarek Shepard, Colonist, War Hero, and Sentinel. Wait a second. Yeah, that's right. Okay, I was thinking. You will be unable to change any settings. I confirm it.
Identification confirmed.
All right, so this is all just the settings that we already did. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Oh.
Well, what about Shepard? He grew up in the colonies.
He knows how tough life can be out there. His parents were killed when slavers attacked Mindwar.
That's Keith David.
He proved himself during the Blitz. Held off enemy forces on the ground until reinforcements arrived.
He's the only reason Elysium is still standing.
We can't question his courage.
Humanity needs a hero. And Shepard's the best we've got.
He's so special.
I'll make the call.
The year 2148, explorers on Mars discovered the remnants of an ancient spacefaring civilization. In the decades that followed, these mysterious artifacts revealed startlingly new technologies, enabling travel to the furthest star. The basis for this incredible technology was a force that controlled the very fabric of space and time. They called it the greatest discovery in human history. The civilizations of the galaxy call it Mass Effect. Ah. Amazing soundtrack. Perfectly fitting for Mass Effect's themes.
The Arcturus Prime relay is in range. Initiating transmission sequence. Commander?
Oof, gonna have to adjust the volume settings on the voices. That's loud.
We are connected. Calculating transit mass and destination. The relay is hot, acquiring approach vector.
Why am I not moving my arms when I'm walking?
All stations secure for transit. The board is green. Approach run has begun.
Definitely upgraded the graphics.
Getting the relay in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, so far looks pretty decent.
Thrusters, check. Navigation, check. Internal emissions sync engaged. All systems online. Drift, just under 1500K.
1500 is good. Your captain will be pleased.
I hate that guy.
Nihilus gave you a compliment.
Seth Green.
So you hate him.
You remember to zip up your jumpsuit on the way out of the bathroom? That's good. I just jumped us halfway across the galaxy and hit a target the size of a pinhead. So that's incredible. Besides, Spectres are trouble. I don't like having them on board. Call me paranoid.
You're paranoid. The Council helped fund this project. They have a right to send someone to keep an eye on their investment.
Yeah, that is the official story. But only an idiot believes the official story.
All right, so this, for those of you who don't know, is the Mass Effect dialogue wheel. It will give you multiple options throughout the trilogy, and some of them will be linked. Usually they'll be colored differently. They'll be linked to specific type of either Paragon or Renegade dialogue options. So Paragon is always going to be blue. Renegade will always be red. And usually the Paragon or the nicer choices, the more diplomatic choices are going to be up at the top. Like here, I agree. And the more renegade, kind of disagreeable choices are going to be here at the bottom where it says cut the chatter. And then the neutral ones are kind of here, like you're overreacting. Since we're going to go a Paragon diplomatic route, and it is very important to have good relationship with your crew, I'm going to choose the I agree. Or we can do your overreacting, but we're going to do Paragon neutral, so let's go with I agree.
They don't send specters on shakedown runs.
So there's more going on here than the captain's letting on.
Joker, status report.
Just cleared the mass relay, Captain. Stealth systems engaged. Everything looks solid.
Good. Find a comm buoy and link us into the network. I want mission reports relayed back to Alliance brass before we reach Eden Prime.
Aye, aye, Captain. Better brace yourself, sir. I think Nihilus is headed your way.
He's already here, Lieutenant. Tell Commander Shepard to meet me in the comm room for a debriefing.
You get that, Commander?
Is he upset? I heard, or you made him mad? So is he upset? All right, let's just go with I heard.
I'm on my way.
Is it me or does the captain always sound a little pissed off?
Only when he's talking to you, Joker.
All right, so welcome to Mass Effect, ladies and gentlemen. This is something that you'll be very familiar with in the game is the Bridge of the Normandy, which is the ship that you will always be using in different variations throughout the trilogy. So with each iteration, you know, the Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3, they're all going to be different, and they're going to be upgraded, and they're getting stronger and stuff like that. So you'll be seeing a lot of the Normandy. This is basically your hub. But first things first, before I forget, I need to change the volume dialogue because it's super loud. So we'll put speech at 75, or not sound effects, or, you know, yeah, speech at 75 and sound effects maybe lower. Yeah. Hopefully that'll help in the meantime. And then we can also see here we have Codex. So we got our personal history summary, which if you want to read everything you pretty much did during the customization screen, might have a little extra information there. It also has the timeline of the Humanity and Alliance systems. This is the years of all the things that have happened and stuff. But, or this, oh wait, construction of, yeah. So I think this is like a history of basically the alliance of the humans and the other races that are participating in said alliances.
Roughly 1,200 years ago, the Turians were invited. The systems alliance.
Oh, we even have dialogue over here. So
roughly 1,200 years.
That's also cool. The Turians is a race that's like a military race, but you know, I'm not going to go over all this because there's going to be a lot of these popping up, so it's too much to go over. Also got your journal here, which is basically your quest log, if I recall. Assignments. This is, I think, your side quest that will come up eventually. And your squad. So the squad screen lets you view your team's talents. Mouse over a talent of its rank to view it. Click on a talent to spend a talent point to gain a rank in it. As you gain levels, you will acquire talent points and unlock higher ranks. Breakdown. Alright, so we got 3 points to spend. Apparently I'm Renegade for some reason. Oh wait, no I'm not. I'm Paragon, right there. Okay, so this is your Renegade and Paragon tree, I guess you could say, or just bar or meter. And see, we put 1 point into the kind of Renegade option. But I don't think that counted towards this. I think this is just what you start off with by default, but I'm not 100% sure. Because you kind of have to work to get Renegade, but it's pretty easy to get Paragon. But like I said, I always enjoy the Paragon playthroughs. You know, now that I'm looking at the Shepherd, I think I made him too light-skinned. I should have made him darker. Oh, well. But here we go. We have the skill tree. As you can see, this part right here is going to be your... The stasis and up is going to be your biotics options. And then from medicine to description is going to be your engineer options. I think. Maybe first aid is biotics too. I can't remember. But then you have like Sentinel, which will increase just like the abilities overall. Like here, reduces the charge time of tech abilities, reduces the charge time of biotic abilities. So that's worth getting. If you're doing a full-on Sentinel or ability build, and it's probably important to max this out because it recruits it. I think eventually it will reduce the cooldowns a lot, but also does upgrades for pistols, like right here, damage for pistols and stuff like that. Which is weird, because it said it... Oh, actually, no, that's not weird. It says no specialization, which means there's no tree for weapons. So no specialization for weapons, so it doesn't have a pistol, like, tree. Charm opens charmed options and decreases the cost of items in store. Charmed options and conversations will be grayed out if you do not have a high enough skill point. New skill ranks will unlock when you become a Spectre and as you earn barrier. So I'm probably going to be putting a lot into Charm because it opens up new dialogue options, which is something I definitely want. Intimidate, which is the opposite, increases credits gained when selling items in stores. Intimidate options and conversation will be grayed out. So I don't know if it's worth putting in both or just choosing one. Because Intimidate's going to be Renegade. Charm's going to be Paragon naturally. So I'm just going to put a point in here by default. Maybe I should put in 2. But we got other stuff here we can put in. Like Overload's really good. Stasis is really handy in combat. Lift is really handy in combat. So it might be worth putting... I'm going to put like one more point in here maybe. Knocks out an organic enemy for 1 second. Inflicts 40 toxic damage. There's a lot of really good options here. First Aid is pretty good as well. So yeah, so it just depends on how you want to play with your squad mates. I'm thinking of being more of a support for my squad, to be honest, because I'm not going to really have any weapon specialization. So I'm thinking of going like high cooldown reduction, and which is recharge time, reduces the recharge time right here. It says it's basically cooldown reduction, and more like support abilities like first aid. You can do stasis. Things like that, like things that'll just like help the team rather than, be super offensive against the enemy. Barriers will boost your shields with a biotic barrier that'll absorb up to 4,000. This is good always. So I'm gonna get barrier. Yeah, barrier is like a must. Whoa, game just glitched out. Okay, so probably gonna put a lot into that, and I'm thinking I want to put another point into charm, to be honest. Or first aid. Let's go first aid. We can put another point into charm later. All right. That's what we got. And you could also have the option to toggle helmet, which should be, I thought, in here. Usually it has like an option to where you can always wear your helmet. Maybe that was something else. Maybe that was a mod I had. But no. I'm pretty sure. There's usually an option where you can just have it take off your helmet during conversation, but I'm not seeing it. Gimme. Okay, so that's what we're going to do now. Better save it. Always have multiple saves. New save. Save game. Always have multiple saves. So this little circle right here means you can actually talk to people. Now, I need to figure out the key bindings. Okay, so... Okay, so space is keybind to actions, like toggling actions or activating devices and things like that, it looks like. I don't know if I like that. Spacebar is use/sprint. I don't particularly care for that. I usually have my space or my use ability on E. So let's see if E is something else. Order squad mate to move attack. Order squad mate to move and attack. This is kind of weird. What is the numbers? Like, do we have 1, 2, 3, 4 or anything? Quick slot. Yeah, I'm gonna have to change that. A lot of this needs to be changed. So toggle crouch, toggle walk, T. Yeah, I don't like that. Let's put that at E. We're gonna have to change the order squad mate one. Don't know what I'll change that to, but we can figure something else out. Toggle crouch.
Regroup.
All right, so that's C is regroup. Squad is U, equipment I. Quick save F5, that's always normal. See how long the quick save takes. Easy. All right, let's do C. Orders. Order rally. Oh, I could just stick with this and get used to, like, melee on F is another weird one. Really weird options here. What if I do change zoom level? No, that's not what I wanted. Well, we'll figure this out later when we get into actual combat. Most important thing is that I just changed E.
I'm telling you, I just saw him. He marched by like he was on a mission.
He's a Spectre. They're always on a mission.
And we're getting dragged right along with him.
Relax, Presley. You're gonna give yourself an ulcer.
Engineer Adams.
Congratulations, Commander. Looks like we had a smooth run. You heading down to see the captain?
And it's like, Navigator Presley, I heard you arguing.
Sounds like you don't trust our Turian guest.
Sorry, Commander. Just having a chat with Adams down at engineering. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. But you have to admit, something's odd about this mission. The whole crew feels it.
What do you mean?
You think the Alliance brass is holding out on us?
If all we're supposed to do is test out the stealth system, why is Captain Anderson in charge? And then there's Nihilus. Spectres are elite operatives, top covert agents. Why send a Spectre, a Turian Spectre, on a shakedown run? It doesn't add up.
Investigate. Stealth systems.
What do you know about the stealth systems?
I just know it masks our location from scans and sensors. Cutting-edge technology. The Normandy's the only ship with this prototype drive. But why are we fully staffed? A skeleton crew would be cheaper, less chance of security leaks too. Plus there's Nihilus. It's pretty obvious this shakedown run is just a cover.
A cover?
For what?
Damned if I know, Commander. We're out here on false pretenses. I'm not a fan of being left in the dark.
Alright, let's say Captain.
Do you have a problem with the captain?
No, sir. But I can't figure out what he's doing here. Captain Anderson is one of the most decorated Special Forces officers in the service. If he melted down all his medals, he could make a life-size statue of himself. You don't send a soldier like that on a do-nothing mission. He's treating this shakedown run too seriously. Something big is going on.
Yeah, maybe. Turian Spectre.
You don't trust Nihilus.
I don't like Turians in general. It runs in my family. My grandfather fought in the First Contact War. Lost a lot of friends when the Turians hit us.
Racist. Plus, he's a Spectre. That was long ago. Dude, that was long.
That was 30 years ago. You can't blame Nihilus for that.
No, I guess not. But it still makes me nervous to have a Spectre on board. Especially a Turian. We're an Alliance vessel, human military, but Nihilus doesn't answer to the captain like the rest of us. Spectres operate outside the normal chain of command. And they don't come along just to observe shakedown runs. Nihilus looks like he's expecting some heavy action. I don't like it.
Alright. Well, I'll look into it.
I'll see if I can get some answers when I see him.
Good luck, Commander.
Okay. Well, that's just a taste of what we get into when it comes to speaking to people and everything. You always want to talk to everybody everywhere because you never know what they're going to give you, what information they're going to give you, what might happen. It might affect something later on down the road. I hope I can maybe go into the any file and change the field of view on this. It's a little bit tight. I'll have to see about that. Dr. Jenkins.
What do you think, Commander? We won't be staying on Eden Prime too long, will we? I'm itching for some real action.
I sincerely hope you're kidding, Corporal. Your real action usually ends with me patching up crew members in the infirmary.
Relax, Jenkins. The doctor's right. Part of the job, Doc. Let's go relax, Jenkins.
You need to calm down, Corporal. A good soldier stays cool, even under fire.
Sorry, Commander, but this waiting's killing me. I've never been on a mission like this before, not one with a Spectre on board.
You'll do fine. It's just another mission. Let's investigate. Nihilus.
What can you tell me about Nihilus?
Turians are generally well respected by the other species. Their fleet has more patrols protecting Citadel space than any other. They don't always get on well with us, though. Some people find them too rigid. Others still blame them for the First Contact War. As for Nihilus, I haven't said more than 2 words to him. He usually only speaks to the captain.
I heard Nihilus once took down an entire enemy platoon all by himself. Man, I can't believe I'm on a mission with an actual Spectre.
Alright, the Spectres. Let's investigate that.
What do you know about the Spectres?
Only what I've heard. Spectre agents work directly for the Citadel Council. They usually work alone or in small groups. Spectres don't have any official power, though. Basically, they're a shadow organization with a mandate to preserve and protect galactic stability.
Protect it at any cost. Don't forget that part. Spectres operate above the law.
All right, Eden Prime.
You're from Eden Prime, aren't you, Jenkins? What's it like?
It's very peaceful, Commander. They've been real careful with development, so you don't have any city noise or pollution. My parents lived on the outskirts of the colony. At night, I used to climb this big hill and stare across the fields back at the lights from the main settlement. It was gorgeous. But when I got older, I realized it was a little too calm and quiet for me. That's why I joined the Alliance. Even Paradise gets boring after a while.
Where are we going there?
Any idea why Eden Prime was chosen as our destination?
Not really sure, Commander. Eden Prime's one of our most stable colonies. Good place to take the Normandy for a shakedown run, I guess. No real danger there. There's gotta be something else going on. We've got a Spectre on board. That's why I'm so wound up. I can't wait for the real mission to start.
It's just another mission or you'll do fine. It's just another mission. No, you'll do fine. Yeah.
Just treat this like every other assignment you've had and everything will work out.
Easy for you to say. You proved yourself in the Blitz. Everybody knows what you can do. This is my big chance. I need to show the brass what I can do.
Be careful. There's no rush. Don't play the hero. Be careful.
You're young, Corporal. You have a long career ahead of you. Don't do something stupid to mess it up.
Don't worry, sir. I'm not going to screw this up.
We'll see.
The captain's waiting for me.
Goodbye, Commander.
All right, so as you can see, even though those weren't directly linked to any Paragon options in the dialogue, it's still giving me Paragon points because I'm kind of taking the more diplomatic, nicer route. And we also got some lore in our codex, just talking to people. So you can find out all these things. So it's always worth talking to people, finding out information. It's pretty cool.
Roughly 1,200.
That thing's going to be lit up this entire game or series. Okay, so I think we're going to end it here. Video's going on long. Oh, I can't do the map yet. I wanted to show you guys that. But as you can see, there's the beautiful Normandy that we're getting started on. Oh, hello, Normandy. And yeah, that's Mass Effect. I hope you guys look forward to the series as much as I am. And we'll see you in the next video. This has been Jarek Defiler. Please share, like, and subscribe. And you guys have a good morning, afternoon, evening, or night, depending on where you are. I'm out.